Good. So good morning once again to each and everyone in this session. If your camera is available, please turn on your cameras so that I can see and feel that I am teaching my students. If it's not, then no need to turn it on. If it will ruin your internet connectivity, no need to turn it on. Okay. So what is heat or what is thermal energy class or what is our lesson all about? Thermal energy or temperature is um, referring to the measure of the average kinetic energy of an individual particles in a substance. Or let's put it this way, temperature is the measure of the kinetic energy of an individual particles in a substance. We can measure the temperature by using an instrument known as thermometer, right? Okay. So a temperature can be measured by the use of a thermometer. So these are examples of temperature increase when molecules will move, generating heat, and that heat generated by the movement of atoms will give you the said temperature. In the same manner as you yourselves working from uh, a simple sitting down or you proceed to walking, you then will have to have an increase in temperature. That is why in some cases wherein people as of this time, if they have a high temperature upon getting a temperature in a certain scanner for a certain mall uh, or a certain establishment because of the COVID thing, there are considerations if the atmosphere is really that hot, no? So temperature could range closer to 37 degrees Celsius if it's really that hot, and especially if the person itself is walking from the time he went to the said establishment. Okay. The three measures of temperature are as follows. We have the K, the C, and the F. What do you think is the K, the C, and the F class? Kelvin, Celsius, and Fahrenheit. Okay. So who are the people that is involved in the generation of the measures of temperature? Who is the proponent of the Celsius scale? Who is the proponent of the Fahrenheit scale? Who is the proponent of the Kelvin scale? Do we have an answer here? Is it not in the module? Okay, this is
The, you mean the person,
uh,
sir?
yep, the
The
person.
person, Daniel Fahrenheit.
Daniel Fahrenheit.
Daniel
How about
Fahrenheit.
how about the
Anderson.
Celsius?
Celsius.
Anderson.
William.
And
William Thomson, knows aka Lord
the
Kelvin.
Lord Kelvin. Yes, correct. So, please please have these names remembered because this will be, of course, part of the upcoming summative test. This is just general information of the lesson. Okay. So, in physics class, the base temperature, which we considered in its absolute zero temperature, is the Kelvin scale. Okay, this is in the STP, standard temperature and pressure. Kelvin is considered to be the standard unit or standard scale to measure temperature. However, in in a US based scientific laboratory scale, they use the Fahrenheit scale. But us in the Philippines, we are mostly using the degree Celsius scale, right? Conversions of Kelvin to Celsius to Fahrenheit is present with the following formulas. From Fahrenheit to degree Celsius or from degree Celsius to Fahrenheit, these are the formulas. And I think in your module, I only presented one formula, this one. This is the only formula that is present in your module. Now, degree Celsius is equal to Fahrenheit minus 32 degrees divided by 1.8. That is the formula present in your module. Of course, class, when you are going to cross multiply, you have 1.8 T is equal to F minus 32. Transpose 32 on the other side. F therefore is equal to wait, wait. F therefore is equal to 1.8 T plus 32. That is why we end up with this formula. So, but that is the reason why I only write one formula in your module. Kini ra nga formula or kini nga formula. Because the formula for Fahrenheit can be derived from the formula for Celsius. Get it? So let's try to go to your module for a while. So in your module, I only have here one formula, which is this one. You notice the conversion of Fahrenheit and Celsius is given by the formula degrees Celsius is equal to degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 1.8. Because the conversion of Fahrenheit from Celsius can be derived from this formula. Okay, an example of which is here. What is the degree Celsius value if the temperature read it as 78 degrees Fahrenheit? So from the formula, degrees Fahrenheit, degrees Celsius is equal to degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 1.8. So we have here 78 degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 is 46 divided by 1.8. You'll get the answer 25.56 degrees Celsius. Similarly, if you convert, let's try, wala na dito, no? If we are going to convert class, example here, we have 30 degrees Celsius. 30 degrees Celsius. Oh my God. All right. 30 degrees Celsius, convert that to degrees Fahrenheit. So from the example a while ago, class, we have the conversion of degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. How about right now? We convert degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So still using the same formula, which is this one. Still using the same formula, class. Degrees Celsius is equal to degrees Fahrenheit times degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 1.8. We'll just have to distribute or substitute 30 degrees Celsius here and then simplify the expression. Or we can manipulate the formula such that we can find the formula for degrees Fahrenheit. And in your module, you have there degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 1.8 times degrees Celsius plus 32. Right? That is what is in your what is in the slideshow a while ago. So how did we come up with this again? How did we come up with this formula? We just had to cross multiply 1.8 to C. So mo na siya. And then transpose 32 on the other side, so it became positive 32. So therefore, applying the formula that we just derived from the formula for degrees Celsius, we have 1.8 multiplied by 30. And then after that, you add 32, you get the answer. You'll get the answer 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So from this solution, you can now generalize the formula for degrees Fahrenheit as this one. But then again, where this came from? This came from the formula for degrees Celsius. Okay, it's just that in your problem perhaps there, I did not place any conversion of degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Gika naman na siya dire sa formula. Question? Clarification. So these are the formulas, and outlet to this formula, we had that as an example a while ago. If there are no questions, let's proceed. So we have here the conversion of degrees Fahrenheit to Kelvin. We have this formula, class. I mean degrees Celsius to Kelvin. From Kelvin to degrees Celsius, you have the formula Kelvin minus 273, or from Celsius to Kelvin, Celsius plus 273. Ano ang formula? Kelvin is equal to C plus 273, or C is equal to Kelvin minus 273. In your module, you have there example. So degrees Kelvin is equal to degrees Celsius plus 273. Let's agree on this value, class, because 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 273.15 degrees Kelvin, or 273 rounded off to the whole number. So let's agree on that value. Will we use the 273.15, or we'll just have to use 273 alone? Let's divide the house. Will you go with 273.15, or will we go with 273?
273.
Without the 0.15, you mean to
Yes.
say? Okay, so let's put an end to the decimal answers in case someone will still use the 273.15, because you might say, sir, because when I studied the module, it is in the module. So I used 273.15. Yes, I understand that this is found in the module, but let's put an end to our final answer here. If we end up with the final answer to use only the whole number of the degrees Kelvin, then we'll just have to use 273. Deal?
Deal.
I no answer from the other.
Yes. We
Yes.
agree.
Okay, which
Deal,
means to
We
sir.
say
agree to the
that
term.
Yes, sir.
okay, which means to say that if you answer the decimal value, I'll mark it wrong. Although it is correct, but I'll mark it wrong because you're not following the instruction. Okay? So, perhaps in your module, pwede na natin i-reason, then i-reason na siya. So, the final answer there is just simply 293. But since this is printed in your module, let's just leave it as is. Yet, again, we will have to use the value only, which is 273 and not 273.15 to change degrees Celsius to Kelvin. Sir, what if the given is degrees Fahrenheit? What will you do then? Convert 100 degrees Fahrenheit to Kelvin. Let's convert 100 degrees Fahrenheit to Kelvin, class. How do you think we are going to do this solution? Anyone who would like to suggest a solution? Jed. Jed, how will we change 100 degrees Fahrenheit to Kelvin, Jed? Any idea? Wala. Wala, Jed. Okay, let me ask Rainiel. Paano natin i-convert si 100 degrees Fahrenheit to Kelvin, Rainiel? Suggest any idea? Rainiel is not in the room. Yes, Rainiel.
Let's go to the daughters now. Cassandra. Cassandra is one of the daughters of
Yes, Rainiel.
Priam and Hecuba.
Ay, wala.
And their other
Let me
daughter is
ask Gabriel. How do you think we can convert 100 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Kelvin? Just tell me how to do it. Do not give me the answer.
So you have a total of 6 children of Priam and Hecuba.
Should we add 273 or we subtract 273?
Serenus, Cassandra, Polyxena, and Paris. Don't forget Paris.
Add 273, are you sure?
Maybe.
Maybe. Karon ha, kaning mga bata, tanan ko, kung question, maybe, I'm not sure. Then do not blame me if you yourselves will have a low grade because your performance will tell you of your answer right now. I mean, your performance in the summative test of this lesson will tell you of your answer right now. Maybe. Okay? Concentrate on our discussion class. We have conversions in the above mentioned example. But right now, I'm just simply, because the target idea is to convert degrees Celsius to Kelvin, we add 273. If we change degrees Kelvin to Celsius, we subtract 273. But what if the given is a degrees Fahrenheit scale? How will we change it into Kelvin scale? Avril raised a hand a while ago, so maybe Avril will share the solution. Yes, Avril.
Change it to minus 273.
Subtract it with 273. 100 minus 273. You mean to say like that?
Oh, yeah.
Probably. Shania. Yes, Shania. I'll get back to you on this one, Avril. Yes, Shania.
Convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, then Celsius to Kelvin.
Very good. Very good, Shania. I'll give you +1 on that one. As simple as converting first Fahrenheit to Celsius, then Celsius to Kelvin. As simple as that. Kailangan naman tayo conversion diri oh. From Fahrenheit, we can convert that to degrees Celsius. There is no such formula. If I will go back to the presentation a while ago, did we see here a conversion from Celsius, Fahrenheit to Kelvin? Di ba wala? Our only formula tells us that Kelvin can be computed by adding 273 to Celsius. Right? And in the manipulation, you transpose 273 to the other side, making it negative 273. Therefore, from Kelvin to Celsius, minusan na sad nato si Kelvin ng 273. But in our given, in the module, which was just an addition, because there is an activity here, class. And the activity here, convert the following to Kelvin. I gave letter A Celsius, I gave letter C Celsius, but letter B is Fahrenheit. No? So to understand that activity, you should know this solution. And in order for us to know the solution, you have to understand the preceding example. According to Shania, the degrees Fahrenheit will be changed first to degrees Celsius. So therefore, your solution will simply be degrees Celsius is equal to, what's the formula? What's the formula there?
Fahrenheit
Minus
minus 32 over 1.8.
1.8.
1.8.
Simple as that. So we have 100 minus 32 divided by 1.8. Simplify that with the use of your calculator.
Kelvin.
The answer is,
Kelvin, sir.
come again.
The answer in Kevin's is 311 Kevin.
I'm not sure of your answer, but the answer here is 37.78.
37.
I say 78. Round off to the second decimal place. So the answer is 37.78 degrees Celsius. You have now the conversion of 100 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. Therefore, the solution will then proceed with Kelvin is equal to degrees Celsius plus 273. The answer there is 37.78.
And the men
When we computed 100 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius, so we have 37.78. Add it by 273, you'll get the answer 310.78 Kelvin. And you have then our answer. So
Question,
it's
sir.
not, yes, Daniel, yes.
Can you round up the numbers, sir? The decimal.
This is the time when I have to make sure that if the instruction is not present, round off your final answer to the second decimal place. Especially if this is in a multiple choice
Okay.
type of test, kung dili ninyo makitangan 310.78 and the choices will end up with 311, then you can round off. But if this is not a multiple choice, rather this is a simple problem solving, then have your answers in the second decimal place. Get it?
Okay, sir.
Good. So if this is in a multiple choice again, if you cannot find 310.78 and you do found there 311, so choose 311. Which means in the multiple choice, I rounded it off. Question, clarification. So that is the conversion of Kelvin to degrees Celsius or Celsius to degrees Kelvin. My question kayo, please unmute yourself so that we will be able to address your concern. So this is what we call about the thermal energy, the change in kinetic to potential or potential to kinetic class. Because if you have the temperature at its 0 degrees Kelvin, then every molecules in that said material is now stable. It was not moving at all. But if there is a motion of the molecules or this kinetic energy present, then the temperature is at max. No? But if there is no movement of the molecules, then the temperature is absolute at 0. If there's a question which is raised in this manner class, what is the absolute temperature? What do you think will be your answer? What is the absolute 0 temperature? What is the absolute 0 temperature? What do you think will be the answer? If you look at the previous illustration class, the absolute 0 is here. Your answer could be of the following. You could answer is 273 negative degrees Celsius, or you can answer 0 degrees Kelvin, or you can answer negative 460 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the absolute 0 temperature, but most cases, this is the answer, 0 Kelvin. The absolute 0 temperature is 0 Kelvin or negative 273 degrees Celsius or negative 460 degrees Fahrenheit. It. Water freezes at 273 Kelvin or 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius or 373 degrees Kelvin or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Memorize these values because this might appear in the multiple choice. And if you notice, sir, I did not answer number 10 because there's no 0 degrees Kelvin. But you know, letter B is negative 273 degrees Celsius. So that is the absolute 0 temperature. Okay? So memorize these values, class. Conversion of Kelvin, Celsius, and Fahrenheit is important to know and understand how the values of a boiling point, the values of a freezing point, and an absolute 0 temperature in physics. So can we move on to the next slide? Dan Kaping? Okay, thank you, Gao. Ako si Agaw rin nakita ano nga nag-copy, no? So we have
We do not really know the main reason why he participated in the battle.
thermal energy relationship. So energy or thermal energy depends on the temperature, mass, and type of substance. As temperature increases, so does with the thermal energy. As temperature increases, kinetic energy will also increase. Okay? even if the temperature doesn't change, the thermal energy of a substance may be higher depending on the total kinetic energy of a said substance. Okay, for example, the temperature right now is 37 degrees Celsius, but if you boil the water, it will increase to more than 37 degrees Celsius. So even if the temperature is constant, but if you add more kinetic energy to a certain um, water, or if you add more heat energy to the body of water, then the body of water rises its temperature from perhaps 37 to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. But for example, if in a normal setting, you did not add any temperature to a certain body of water. If a 200 ml of water is 80 degrees Celsius, a 400 ml of water is still at 80 degrees Celsius, which is, this is where we get to say that in a constant temperature, no addition of heat energy, they do have the same um, temperature to a 100 to a 200 ml versus a 400 ml of water. Same na sila.
They were, Hera and Athena favored the Greeks.
Even there's a question, which beaker has a more thermal energy? Is it beaker A or beaker B? They have the same temperature actually, class, no? But beaker B has more mass. It's just that they have the same temperature, but beaker B has more mass.
Loved the Greeks for they are
Heat, on the other hand, if temperature is the average kinetic energy of a substance, heat is a flow of temperature, or heat is the flow of thermal energy from one object to another. So here is an example of a transfer of heat or a flow of heat from one object to another. Heat always flows from a warmer to a cooler object. So let's say, for example, you are going to touch a hot pot. So the heat from that pot will move to your hand and you will feel the flow of heat by the time you experience the sensation of pain, no? And at that certain point, you are going to um, remove your hand from that pot. Notice, I don't know if you notice this with your parents, but when your parents will, what's the English of timpla again?
revolted against Jews.
If your parents will prepare your milk, something like that, no? If your parents will prepare your milk, the cup where the milk was placed is going to be placed with a spoon. Diba? If you notice that, your parents will place a spoon in that said milk. What do you think is the reason why a spoon is placed on that said milk?
To mix, sir.
To mix. After mixing naman. After mixing na.
Is the milk hot, sir?
Yes, the milk is hot.
To let them know na if it's hot, if it's fine for you to drink it.
Probably, yes. But what do you think is the scientific reason why a spoon is placed on a cup of milk?
You will ano sir, kaning you will use the spoon for
The spoon is the
feeding, diba?
conductor of heat, sir.
To observe,
So that
to
Okay.
observe the heat,
absorb.
Then you
to
know.
observe the heat.
Okay, one at a time,
Then
one at a
you
time.
can drink it.
Okay, I will generalize.
Because
I will capsulate all your answers, ha? Okay, so the next time you're going to answer, tell me, raise a hand so that I will call you. But we will not be in choral. So all of your answers are actually correct. One thing's for sure, the spoon is there for us to use in drinking. The spoon is there to mix the milk. The spoon is there to determine if the milk is hot or not. But the explanation behind it, the deeper explanation behind it is because the milk is hot, the spoon is cold. Metals are good conductors of heat. So when you place that metal spoon in that milk, the heat of the milk will transfer to the spoon. As such, it will make the milk easily to be cooled down. Dali ra siya mabugnaw. Okay? So that's the main purpose of whisk. Para dali ra siya mabugnaw, we'll put a metal spoon. Then if you remove the spoon, mainit ang spoon because of the transfer of heat from the liquid to the solid. Okay? So all of your answers are actually correct. But I wanted to fish out, which I think someone answered it. The spoon is
It's
the
right, sir.
conductor of heat, and then the heat is absorbed by the spoon. Yes, that is correct. So ang milk na karon bugnaw na, ready for you to drink it. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, we have here heat transfer can be computed by the formula for specific heat. Specific heat is the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of a 1 kilogram of material to 1 degrees Kelvin. The formula for specific heat is MCAT, no? Mass times the change in temperature times the specific heat of the substance. The unit for specific heat is joules per kilogram degrees Kelvin or joules per kilogram degrees Celsius. And you have here the specific heat of some liquid and specific heat of some solids. Okay? But in your module, you have there, we have a unit different from the one in the presentation. No? So the unit for specific heat we have here, calories per gram degree Celsius. Okay? But to measure a calorie class, we'll just have to consider the one calorie is 4.184 joules. This is the conversion. 1 calorie is 4.184 joules. If for example, I will ask you a question. How many joules of energy is needed to raise uh, uh, um, uh, a 30 degrees Celsius water with a mass of 40 kilograms, something like that. So you convert the calorie to joules or joules to calorie. But in my example here, class, the final answer ends up with a calorie. And also the specific heat that I placed in your module is with respect to calories. In the slide, it is represented by joules. So, sir, what will be the final answer of our solution here, sir? I will be asking you to have your final answer in calories. Anyway, the conversion is present. 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joule. Depending on the instruction, let's say, for example, if the instruction is saying how many joules of energy, then convert the calories to joules. Simply multiply the calorie by 4.184. Or if the given is joules, and then I will ask you to find calories, so just divide the joules by 4.184. And I hope you know how the conversion works. So in the example here, class, we have here, how many calories of heat are needed to raise the temperature of a 30 gram of aluminum from 27 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Celsius. From the formula, heat is equal to, or specific heat is equal to, the H here, class, is the heat absorbed or emitted. The heat needed to raise the specific material to 1 degree Celsius. So this is the formula. Specific heat, or C, this one, is equal to heat, the amount of heat absorbed or emitted divided by the product of the mass and the change in temperature. Or conversely, if you derive the formula for heat, cross multiply C times M times change in temperature. This is where we get to see the formula then. MCAT. Heat, change of heat is equal to mass times specific heat times change in temperature. Where the mass is grams, the specific heat is in grams per degree Celsius, and then the change in temperature is simply computed by temperature final minus temperature initial. Okay? Final minus initial, not bigger minus smaller. Final temperature minus initial temperature. So you have here the solution. The amount of heat generated is 2,128.5 calories. Just for argument's sake, what do you think is the amount of energy present in a 2,000 calorie of heat? So let's convert, class, no? 2,128.50 calories multiplied by, what is the conversion of calories to joules? 1 calorie or 1 joule? 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joules, right? Where did that came from? Nasa ibabaw, conversion here. Dira. So let's convert 2,000 calories to joules by multiplying 4.184 joules per 1 calorie. Cancel calorie, leaving 2,128.5 multiplied by 4.184. You'll get the answer, 8,905.644 joules. So that's the conversion. You can answer in calories or you can answer in joules. So this is the amount of energy present in a 2,128 calories. Have you seen the word calories in some food packs? Ano sa mga food packs dito? Where can you find the calories in food packaging?
In the back or in the side, sir?
In the back or in the side? Which particular portion in the back or in the side? What is the label?
Nutrition value. Nutrition value.
Nutrition value or nutrition facts?
Nutritional.
Nutritional value or nutritional facts. No? So this is the conversion of specific heat to calories or to joules. So the module is trying to tell us another formula, which is joules per kilogram degrees Kelvin. Please be reminded that I am going to use the one in the module, which is grams per degree Celsius. So if the given unit of mass is kilogram, still convert that to grams. How many grams are there in 1 kilogram?
1,000.
1,000 grams, correct. So this is the formula for specific heat. We just had that a while ago, class. Never mind with this one. Let's proceed with. Excuse me. Let's proceed with some terminologies that is present in your module, and I wish you to understand it further.
I don't know. I deal with this. Here. I rub the sphere.
Let's proceed with
And for it to really
this one.
hurt, God.
Because these terminologies are present in your module, I think. You need to understand this one. So how is heat being transferred, class? Heat can be transferred by either conduction or convection. Okay? So we have here an example of transfer of heat known as conduction. Conduction means the transfer of thermal energy with no transfer of matter. Example of conduction of heat present in your house. Can you name it?
For now, grade 10, that will be all. Goodbye and thank you.
What is an example of conduction present in your house? What do you think so?
Speaking this For public speaking this afternoon, we are again going to follow
Induction cooker, di ba?
the arrangement
Right.
here.
Have you had induction cooker in your house?
Allow me to mention this
Yes.
fast.
There's the concept of conduction is present there. Induction cooker. Aside from conduction, you also have the word convection. Okay. Simple example of conduction as well is the one that I made use as the milk and the spoon. No, the milk and the spoon. When the spoon touches the hot milk, the heat transferred. The heat was transferred from one body to another. So the concept of conduction as well is there is contact between two material. There's a contact between the two matter, either solid to solid or solid to liquid. That is conduction. Okay? But when you talk about convection, there's no need to have a contact. The molecules are just the one moving. So see the illustration here. The molecule is the one constantly moving. An example of convection is by the time water boils. No? As 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 warm molecules rises and cold molecules moves down, and then it's an exchange already. That is why if you notice when there's already the bubbling act of the boiling of water, that's already the convection. No? And convection current is also the one responsible for our movement of the Earth's tectonic plates. No? The convection current allows the movement of plates by 1 mm per year. That's probably the reason why we have earthquakes, because the tectonic plates collide. Also, convection is the responsible act of the one responsible for our types of wind, the monsoon winds, the northeast monsoon and the southwest monsoon. It's also the convection current, the convection of the air in the atmosphere, the movement of the air molecules in the atmosphere. Oh, time na. What's the time na, sir? 40 something na. Okay. And last year is radiation class. You know radiation, last na ni class ha. Radiation is the transfer of thermal energy from the from objects through the solar waves, the main reason there is because of the heat of the sun. And you can see the radiation or the transfer of energy by radiation using an infrared camera. No? Conductors and insulators. Conductors are those that allows the transfer of thermal energy. Insulators, the ones that are not able to transfer the thermal energy. For example, metal wire is a good conductor of electrons. But these metal wires might be hazardous to some kids, so there's an insulator that covers the metal wires. Para we can touch the wiring without being electrocuted. Okay, that's the difference between conductors and insulators. Again, conductors do transfer thermal energy. Insulators does not transfer thermal energy.
By the way, for business finance,
So more of the terminologies are present in your module. Feel free to read it, and I'm sorry that I over